Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded Update video where today we're answering your guys' 5 most asked questions ever since 7.0 came out. Now these questions have been got from not only my comments but also from when I do live streams, what I get asked the most often. And what I will tell you is that these 5 I get asked all the time. So I thought I would answer them really quick for you. Number 1 is Sim. They talked about being able to move things in the game. How do you actually move the items and what can be moved? Now, obviously you can't move stairs, you can't move structural items, right? I can't move these walls, but I can move basketball hoops, chests, you can move your jerky racks, you can move your water catchers, you can move the little water buckets, you can move your spinning wheels, you can move all the items that you actually build. So pretty much anything from these lists right here, all can be moved except for the zipline wall anchor. And then these traps, those can be moved, and then all of these decorative items here can all be moved. But anything under this building map right here, these building tabs cannot be moved. Once they're placed, they are placed and you are stuck with where they are. Now, how do we actually move them? Well, it's really simple. You just walk up and it'll give you a prompt. Like for instance, if you're playing on keyboard, it's holding F. You hold F and you can actually move it around. Now the dotted line there is just to show you where it's coming from and where you can put it. But you can put it right back down right where it was before, just adjusting it slightly. But that's how you do it. You just hold down F and you're able to spin things around, move it around however you want to, which does come in handy when you want to do something like putting chairs around a table or something like that. You can just grab the chair and place it however or wherever you want right there. So that is how you move things. That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, how do you unlock the blueprints for the new building items? I.e., how do you unlock the blueprints for these bracketed scaffolds, so the ones that allow you to make it look like you have a deck, for the stem floors, and also for the spiral stairs. So the spiral stairs and the stem floors, those come from multi-story bases. Okay, very easy to build and very easy to get. It comes from the multi-stories bases unlock that is in the Burgle chip that you get, the Grasslands Burgle chip that is right next to Burgle when you first go into the map. Now, if you have already unlocked these blueprints, you will not need to unlock them again. Okay, so just go and check to see if you already have them. If you're starting a new game, you will need to unlock them. Fresh start over. But if you've already done it, don't worry about it. You could go ahead and just say, okay, got it already, moving on, and start building to your heart's content. And the other one is sturdy bases. With these sturdy bases, you will get the rest of the items as well. Killing a firefly and inspecting its firefly goop or the bioluminescent goop. That's how you're going to get the firefly lantern. And the zipline will come with the zipline that you get from finding the Burgle chip that unlocks these zip lines for you. So that's how you get the wall-mounted zip line. And that is pretty much all of the building items that were added to the game. Obviously, in order to get the mounted heads, you just have to kill each one of the bugs and research the parts. So that way you can put the parts up on your wall and have yourself a beautiful head wall, because we know that that's what we're all about really, is having gorgeous head walls in Grounded. And yeah, so that's how you unlock all of the new blueprints to 7.0. The next thing that I get asked all the time, guys, and I can't stress this enough, that it's out of our hands at the moment and there's nothing we can do about it, but that is, Sim, where's the pollen? Now, I made a whole video explaining what happened to the pollen, where we're going to find it, and I'll give you an update that pollen will be coming from killing bees. You'll be able to kill them and pick it up off of their dead little buddies, and then also it will come from flowers, but right now there is a bug in the game that is keeping pollen from spawning at all, so sadly, the Shinobi sneezes that we've all been wanting to make, at the moment we cannot, unless you have built up pollen that you've had before. And if you do, woo, build yourself some Shinobi sneezes. They're really awesome. They help a lot. But if you don't and you can't build them, I'm sorry to say that right now it is bugged as of the release of this video. Hopefully they'll get it fixed very soon, but that is that. Okay, the 4th thing is, what is an easy way to make the berry leather? And I'm going to tell you guys right now. So they have changed the way that you make berry leather. It no longer like takes 3 pieces of berry. Like if we come in here, it takes 3 pieces of berry chunk in order to make 1 berry leather. Nuh-uh. Right here, baby. Come up, go to your hanging part right here, like you'd put any of your food or your grass to make dried grass planks. But any of your food items, just hang the berry pieces on there, and one berry piece now becomes one berry leather. And this is awesome, because when you want to make a crap load of these chairs, and each one of them take multiple berry leather in order to make, grinding out all that berry leather is quite a pain in the butt. But now that we have the availability to just hang it up on the drying rack, it makes it super, super awesome. Now, it does take a little bit longer than most food in order to turn into berry leather, but you just have to leave it up there and let it dry for a little bit. Okay, but before we hop in and we talk any more about the last thing that people ask me about all the time, I wanted to hop into a separate little side note that I want to leave for you guys. You guys don't really ask about it, but it's come up in a couple live streams and that is, can you build things in your inventory while all your chests are around? And that is yes. Just the same way that you can use your workbench, you can do the same thing with building items inside of your inventory, but repairing them, that is a hot fix that is coming to where you'll be able to repair items when you're standing near your chests instead of pulling the items out of your chests in order to repair your items. Because now that they have changed the way that we repair things, that is one of the big asks for the game lately is, can you make it so you can actually repair your items by doing it that way instead of going through and having to pull the items out of your chests. And guys, the last thing that I get asked all the time ever since 7.0 came out is, what's going to be in the next update? What happened to the Black Ant Hill? And do I think that the Black Ants are going to be in the next update? That's what I've been asked most often after 7.0 came out. And what I'm going to say is, first off, with the Black Ant Hill and the Black Ants, why they didn't come out. They, like I stated when I was going through the developer's world, just because that's what I was looking at inside of the developer's world does not mean it was set in stone that that's what was actually going to be in the 7.0 update. Is it going to be an 8.0, 9.0? I'm not sure. But I do know that they are working on it. It was obviously still well under construction. I mean, it literally had floating words in there telling the other developers where to put things, how to make adjustments, and what to do. And also, the actual black ants were not inside of that anthill. Now, whether or not that is actually going to be a black anthill or if it becomes a red anthill, I'm not sure. But at this point, all signs are pointing to the black anthill. Yes, there's red ants in it right now, but they have been talking more and more about that, including having the gear in here for us to look at as well, even though they have taken it out of this mode and it's now only in creative, and when you spawn it, it just looks like the red ant gear. But the other thing that I want to add is what I think is going to be in 7.0. 7.0, I believe, is going to have a large story upgrade for us. I believe it's going to make it so we can go into the Haze base and explore over there, and it could even get close to ending off the story, possibly. Because what I want to say is that a 1.0 release, not a 0.1 release like we had, 7 months ago, but a 1.0, so 1.0.0 release is a full release of a game. That's when a game comes out of development, and right now we're on version 0.7, right? So we are 3 updates away from the full release of the game. So they're going to have to start putting some serious time into the actual story of the game to make it so it's a completable story and a well-rounded, all the way built out game that you can actually beat. Now, yes, I know technically you can beat Ark, but you have to go through loops and bounds and a bunch of stuff. But this game is a lot like Ark, where you don't really have to beat it in order to love it, in order to enjoy it, in order to have a good time. So I hope that this video helped you guys, answered a couple of your guys' questions, and if you have more, please let me know down in the comments. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask all you guys to subscribe to the channel, turn your bell notification to all, so you guys never miss any grounded videos. Only 1/3 of you guys actually do that. 2/3 of you guys are not even subscribed to the channel that watch these videos, and I would love to have this grounded community get even bigger so we can have even more fun and I can answer more of your guys' questions. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.